Hi Cancer, welcome to your August 2018 read. This is going to be perfect for you if you're a Cancer Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. And I'm sorry that these are late. I just, it's been real crazy lately. In a good way, but crazy. So I've already pulled your cards. I do want to start off by saying it feels like this month has a lot to do with surrounding a fire sign person, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, or an air sign person, Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra, especially if this is a love situation. Now, you guys got one major arcana, which is the World. It's at the very end. It's your outcome. So it feels like almost like once these certain things are completed, then that will be like a shift where you've completed this cycle and then now you're able to start something new. Now, what's unseen right now is there's conflict. There's a little bit of chaos. Again, you guys can be dealing with a fire sign, or air. I just said that, and yeah. But this is about, it's a very chaotic energy. There could be a lot of competition, a lot of people trying to want your attention, or there may be someone's attention that you want, and there's like a lot of other suitors type thing. This can be also in the workplace. Maybe you are trying to move on up and get a different position, kind of get a raise or like a promotion of some sort, and you've got a lot of competition in that. It's going to be a very competitive month, or it's going to feel like that anyway for you. Yeah, especially if this is a love situation, okay? So please take everything as it resonates. Like I said, everything is not going to resonate with everybody, so check your sun, moon, rising of your other signs, just in case. So starting out, we've got the Two of Wands crossed by the King of Wands. So I feel like I've been telling Cancers for like 2 months now that you guys need to make a decision or something. It finally feels like, no shade, because I'm a Cancer rising, I get it. It finally feels like you guys are actually at the place where you are trying to take charge, trying to take on more of this King of Wands energy to do that and to move forward, right? Because the Two of Wands is like the person who's like getting all the plans together. They're looking at the world around them. They're seeing what works, what doesn't work. They're deciding left or right. Like they're drafting the plan, right? And the King of Wands person is very, it's the maturest of the suit. He is about his business. He's all about that action. He's a fire sign. He's very charming. He's very passionate. He's very likable. He's very attractive. He attracts things to him, right? So a lot of you guys, I feel like you're this month taking on that energy. Some of you, again, like I said, can be dealing with a fire sign. So Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius person, male or female. But it seems like you guys are really stressed out. Like there's just too much going on. Too many damn sticks in your hand. I'm almost getting the feeling like it's like you're almost feeling, if this is a relationship situation, in this relationship, like you take like 2 steps forward and 10 steps back or whatever. It's like, I see that there's effort on your part. I just feel like for you, it's starting to feel like it's too much and maybe not even worth it. I feel like you guys are in a place where you want to let some things go, right? Because whenever we get the Ten of Wands, it's like advising us, like, okay, if you don't put down some of these damn wands, like you're not going to make it. You're not going to make it all the way back there to your house where you're trying to carry them, right? So if this is a situation where you can delegate responsibilities to others, like say it's a job and you guys are just taking on too much of the load, or like say you're, something where you can delegate things, tasks to other people, then I would definitely consider that. If it's in a relationship, I just feel like you're to the point where you feel like you've taken so much on. Some of you guys are not feeling appreciated in this moment. It's like you keep taking on these things, keep taking on these burdens, and no one is noticing. They just keep stacking them up on you more. So it's like you're doing all this work and nobody's even like acknowledging, like, hey, whatever. It feels like that sort of thing for you guys. A lot of you guys in this relationship, I feel like you're fed up with it and you kind of want to take on this Knight of Wands energy, right? And I say Knight of Wands energy because they do say that the Knight of Wands is kind of like the player card, right? This is the person who goes out, again, they're attracted to, but they're a younger mindset than the King of Wands. Where the Knight of Wands can be very immature in how they move still and just be kind of like not the most forthright or honest and just like trying to hump everything on sight or whatever. The King of Wands is more mature in how he moves, right? The King of Wands is like over that phase. A lot of you guys, I feel like you're wanting to be single. And I say that too because in the recent past, you guys have the Nine of Cups. This is like, this is being emotionally happy. Like you're getting all the things that you want. You're feeling really good. I like to tell people this reminds me of like a guy who buys a booth at the club, right? He's surrounded, but he's got his bottles. He's got whoever he wants. He could bring into his space if he wants, right? But he's fine alone. It seems like some of you guys were happier when you guys were single. So it's almost like you want to go back to that place for some of you. I almost feel like too with this Knight, again, because it's not as mature as the King of Wands. It's almost like in this situation, especially if it's a love relationship, you guys are wanting to make a move and move forward in some kind of way, but you almost don't know where to go, right? Because he doesn't have all the knowledge yet. He still is learning. Like he's not a complete damn idiot or anything, but he still has more to learn and still has more to refine. So it's almost like you guys want to move forward, but not knowing how to do that, right? Because in the past things were good. In the past things were, you were happy, you were emotionally fulfilled. Again, he's alone in this picture. So some of you may have been single, like things were easier when you were single and you were in a place where you could invite certain people into your space, but not have to deal with it all the time or, take on anybody's stuff. And because, so I do feel like there will be a breakup possibly for some of you. And this isn't all of you. Again, this is general. Later in the month. I just really feel like you guys have this realization with this Ten of Wands. It's like things are too hard no matter what I try. I'm still here. I'm still here. Shit is always chaotic. I'm trying to like do the best I can. Nobody sees me. It's like you guys can be ready to just like finally call it quits. Especially if you're dealing with a fire sign. Now, you can be dealing with the air sign too, because this is sword energy. So Gemini. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Or, okay, so I'm going to skip around for a little bit. What's in your environment is this Three of Cups. Three of Cups with Three of Swords. There could have been a third-party situation, especially in the past. That's kind of being brought up again. So if you were in a third party, especially if it was like with air and fire, that could also be what like maybe you landed on air. Maybe you're deciding to go fire. Or if you landed on fire, I feel more if you landed on fire, you're like almost like in the future, like, man, I should have, like, if there was okay. Basically, I'm feeling like if there was a decision between two different people, right? Some of you guys are regretting the decision that you made there. That's what I'm trying to say. Now, I do see that you guys are going to be going out mingling more. I feel like this is a very social card, right? The Three of Cups. And generally, it is about like celebrations and happiness and serendipity and all that stuff. Be careful, especially since this is sitting next to the Three of Swords. Make sure you're not doing too much drinking, especially if you're in a place where you're like kind of sad about how some shit played out. Sorry, I'm not trying to tell you what to do. Y'all are grown, but this is just what came to me. Yeah, some of you guys could have been dealing with the air sign too. Because okay, so this is in your hopes and fears. If this is a situation, like I said, where there was a third party, let's say in the past, you were technically single with this Nine of Cups, right? But you kind of had the control to have whoever in your space when you wanted them in your space, or deal with whatever you wanted to deal with, right? Or you were juggling two people or multiple people, whatever. Especially if it's air and fire. If you chose fire, and you're now figuring out like, oh shit, too much. I don't like it. I don't want, all we do is stress each other out and fight. If that is you and you were sad, just like, oh, I should have dealt with Cindy or whatever. It's like, almost like you're, so these people are having petty arguments. Like you don't want to, I feel like there's someone you want to go to. I feel like there's someone else you want to go to. And I say that too because in your headspace, you've got the Knight of Swords. And it could be that air. So I almost feel like you were heartbroken over the fact that something didn't work out, but really you're heartbroken because you dealing with this air sign, or you wanting now to deal with this air sign, you don't want to argue about it. Like if you come back to a person, and again, it doesn't have to be air. I'm just saying air because it's swords, like it's swords everywhere, swords and wands. And it feels like if it is an air sign, it feels like you don't want to come, like you want to come back to them and have a conversation, but it's like you don't want to because you feel like it's just going to be a fight. Like they're not fucking with you. And that too is why you're halfway heartbroken. So what you'll be doing is going out socializing more. You'll be meeting new people, you know, because I feel like a lot of you guys feel like, fuck, I just have to start completely over. But I feel like you guys want to go for air. Like if you were wanting, if you could do anything you wanted to do and just without worrying so much about what that would look like to other people and what that, you know, what, like if you weren't dead set on a particular outcome, like it didn't matter either way, you had the courage to do it, you guys would go full, I feel like you guys would go full go. But you don't want to have a fight. You don't want them to do the I told you so. You don't want them to do the what. What do you want to talk about? Why are you here? You were over there with her. So, you know, like you don't want that. So I do see that you guys are socializing a lot. You guys will be having a lot of people around you. You might meet someone with water in their chart. But yeah, definitely with this 3 and 3 together, this 3 of Swords and 3 of Cups, it makes me feel like this heartbreak had to do with some sort of like past third party energy. And it doesn't have to, third party, understand that it doesn't have to mean necessarily cheating, like having sex with someone or like being in a relationship with someone. Third party energy in general is just like, it could be just anybody's energy, anybody else's energy interfering, or anything else's energy interfering in something. It could be your mom. It could be, you know, it could be anything. It doesn't have to be a cheating card. But it feels like there was, you guys were definitely being kind of pouring up your heart to these people. And when it came down for you to make a decision, you know what? Because you have the 2 of Wands and card in this present energy, I don't even feel like you guys fully made a decision. I feel like you just let it ride. And it just ended up how it ended up. And now you're trying to go back and make a decision because you're like, ooh, this was hard. I mean, I talked to you guys about this last month. And listen, if this feels like this is you, please watch July. I know we're over that, but this feels like last month is leading up to this situation. It's like I was telling you guys to save yourself, make a decision, make a decision. I feel like you guys really didn't. I feel like whatever is happening, this just kind of happened due to you not making a move and other people not making a move. And this is just kind of what organically came about. Nobody had a decision. Nobody had a conversation. Doesn't feel like that. So it feels like now finally you're trying to take on this energy and decide what you need to do about it because you're realizing, shit, this was like a lot. This is a lot. And it doesn't seem to be getting better. And I feel like I'm the only one trying and nobody even notices that, right? So now you guys are trying to make a decision because you were happier the way things were in the past. You were happier before at this point. So there could be communication about a breakup coming up or some separation of some point. Someone's going to be disappointed. I think it's going to be you. It could be having to do with an air sign and a fire sign. You don't want to argue with this air sign or the person that you didn't choose in the first place because you feel like they're going to just be petty with you and be like, I told you, you know? You guys will be socializing, putting yourself out there a lot more. Again, watch your drinking because I feel like some of you guys will be trying to numb the pain. You got to sit in the pain to get over the pain, guys. Okay. You guys are wanting to aggressively go towards something or someone. I do feel like it's this air sign or someone with air-like qualities. But you guys are, that's what you guys, it's like, whatever this thing is that you didn't decide, you didn't take control of in the past, it's like now you want to hurry the fuck up and fix it. That's what it feels like with this Knight of Swords. And once you do hurry up and have that communication with that Knight of Swords, watching what you're saying though, right? Still being mindful and still being respectful of people's feelings and your own, but really speaking your truth. Once you do that, you've completed the cycle, right? It's like once you do that, we keep going, and it's like the world, it's unlimited wonder. It's like you've opened up a whole new world for yourself of a happiness that you really want, right? What you really want. What is this Ten of Wands about? King of Wands. Yeah, I'm telling you, you guys could be dealing with a fire sign person that just stresses you out. And no matter how much you love them and admire them in some kind of way, you guys are coming to the realization that it's just like, this just doesn't work. And look, at the bottom right now, you've got the Page of Swords. So having a message come in, you guys communicating, you communicating how you feel, starting to have talks of that because it is a page. So it comes on the cusp of new things. But it's like you guys are finally getting like the, oh shit, like I need to end this. Like I see after many wands stacked, after many years, it could be 10 years, 10 plus years with all them damn wands. I don't know. But however long this is that you guys have been working on this relationship with this person, especially if it's a fire sign and someone you clearly respect because it's a King of Wands, right? You got them 2 times, King of Wands. So it's someone you respect. It's not like this is a horrible person. But you're realizing even though they're a good person, that doesn't necessarily mean they're the person for me. And I've been trying so hard at this, and maybe I need to put some of this down, right? What is this Knight of Wands for Cancer? 9 of Swords. Yeah, you guys are ready to take off on this new thing, take action over your life, because 9 of Swords, you guys are just up all night thinking about it. It's really starting to fuck with your brain, right? You guys are really starting to have, hell, some of you guys are having nightmares. But it's like thinking about this, I think you guys were doing okay for a while and able to kind of just brush it off for a while again, which is why I feel like no decision was actually made in the past and this just kind of ended up this way. But now, for whatever reason, you guys have reached a point where it's like, I can't do this anymore. I'm like really not happy. What is the 3 of Swords? 3 of Swords, Page of Cups. Yeah, so you guys could be heartbroken or sad. Maybe you try to have a conversation with someone, that person you're trying to go back to, and they're like, no. Like, what? I'm not playing second fiddle with you. Maybe try to, you're trying to kind of spark that love back, but you're kind of feeling defeated in the process. Someone could be shutting you down. Or this could just be you shutting yourself down really before you even take the chance to do it, right? Because swords have to do with communication, but they also have to do with our thoughts. So it's like, for some of you, I feel like there's someone that you want to go after, but you keep telling yourself that you can't for whatever reason, right? You keep telling yourself like, no, it's too done. It's too done. I really do love this person. I will always love this person. This could be someone you've known for a really long time. Someone you've known since childhood, right? Page of Cups, kids. Someone with a lot of water in their chart, air in their chart. But I feel like you guys really do want to kind of offer up a love to somebody, but some of you, it's like they're going to shut you down. Some of you, it's like the fear of them shutting you down, like you're already defeated. Like you're already like, fuck, I just fucked it up. I just should have made the right decision beforehand. Okay, so 5 of Swords. 9 of Pentacles. So this person that you're kind of scared to have a conversation with, they could just be doing really good right now. You view them as like, oh, well, like, I don't want to come back in their life and like stir up confusion and with my shit because they seem like they're doing really good. Like, you know, they seem like they're out there getting their money up, they're having fun, whatever. Like, people are admiring them. Like, you see this person as a really strong person, like a strong person that you respect, someone that takes care of themselves, someone that demands respect and shows people how they would like to be respected because they respect themselves that way, right? They don't need anybody. And that's how you're kind of viewing them as like, they don't need me, they don't even want me, I don't want to argue about it. Okay? Let's see this Three of Cups. Three of Cups, death. So that's Scorpio energy. You guys could be dealing with someone with Scorpio in their chart, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. But it's just really it's a really a big time of transformation. I think if you guys end up breaking up with someone and becoming single, I feel like you guys will learn a lot through that transition. I think you guys will be learning a lot about yourself, not just necessarily of like, oh, whenever you're dating, like things to avoid when you're meeting with people, or, you know, not so much about other people. I think that through this time, you guys will be seeing how you guys are in relationships, or seeing how you guys are perceived, or seeing the things that you guys do that's a little funnier. Like, I feel like you guys will be getting a lot of lessons through this dating experience. And this is like just the natural course of things, right? Something was supposed to die off to start something new, right? And it's sad and it's hard sometimes, but it's always for the, you know, for the greater good. Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords, Seven of Cups. So, you guys could have a lot of options right now, people who are interested in you, so you're kind of not really knowing what to do. Again, you guys can still be going after this air sign person. But even with that, it feels like you guys have a lot of options right now. Or you guys could be really daydreaming about them a lot. I get this with the I get daydreaming with this card as well. It's like you're really thinking about that person, you're daydreaming about them. Some of you guys, those cups are all different ways that you're thinking that you can go about the situation to talk to them again. And kind of deciding how to move forward with that, and looking at your options and seeing what's realistic and what's practical and what's effective and like what will work, right? And then the World card, let's clarify. Page of Swords. Yes, so when you guys have this communication, you guys need to have communication with someone. And you guys, towards the end of this month, I feel like especially will. You know, a lot of planets are in retrograde right now, and so that's a time where we really, a lot of us reflect and think about things that have gone on, and it's really a time of non-action so that you can take steps forward to make changes that are necessary to make, right? So I do feel like, and Mercury is in retrograde. I think it's still in retrograde till Thursday this week. Anyways, I feel like this is also what's caused you guys to sit back and look at the world around you and kind of rethink like, oh my God, like, should I have done this? You know what I mean? Yeah. You guys have some stuff going on, but you guys have the fire to move forward, but you're going to need the courage and the communication to do it. Okay? And just like the faith that it's going to be okay. So, advice card, you guys got partnership. It says, allow healthful, supportive partnerships in your personal life and career, and both parties benefit as a result. You are receiving help from heaven and from a person who brings needed skills and resources. So look at that. It's talking about partnership, right? It's talking about surrounding yourself around those partnerships that feel good, which definitely means. The ones that don't, the ones that you are not a tree, you can move. Okay. So if something doesn't feel right, it doesn't matter how long you've dealt with the person, doesn't matter whatever, like it doesn't matter. Like those are all excuses. If you know that something is toxic for you, then the best thing that you can do for yourself, if you really love yourself, is move forward. And it doesn't have to be an ugly, terrible thing. You know, everyone deserves love and everyone deserves to feel appreciated and to feel happy in a relationship if they choose to be in one. So if this is something that you've been fighting for so long and you know you've been doing it, you know, Cancer, not wanting to disappoint people, not wanting to rock the boat, always having everybody's best interest at heart except your own. Like, if this is that situation for you, honestly, it looks like things are going to die off whether you want them to or not. You got the Death card and you got the World. Things are changing. Transformation is happening. Ten of Wands is here. It's the end of this, right? You guys are finally taking the action to move forward in a way that is going to be happy and beneficial for you. Like, you just have to trust it, okay? And then you guys got very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. I mean, being honest with yourself, taking this time to really reflect. Like I said, during Mercury retrograde, it's really not a time of action. It's more a time of non-action to really get your shit together, your thoughts together, get back in alignment with what feels good for you and what feels true for you. Stop worrying about everybody else. Do what works for you. That's the best. That's how you can be helping everybody else. If everyone stays true to themselves, like, things would be so much easier, right? But I understand. I'm a Cancer rising, so. But you guys have some decisions to make and some conversations to be had. And I know you guys will be just fine, okay? Love you guys, and I will see you next month. Bye, Cancer.